Hi, I'm Ed, and this is 3 cities in 3 days without plans in 3 minutes or less. So, a friend and I decided that we were going to visit 3 major cities in the United States. Although this trip was rather haphazardly planned, we really didn't know much more than we had 3 days, 3 major cities, and a car. The 3 major cities were Washington, D.C., Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and New York, New York. The first day, we went to Washington, D.C. After a long car ride getting there, we visited the Air and Space Museum, which took up most of the day, looking at all the exhibits that we hadn't seen in a long time, since we visited a long time ago when we went on a school trip. After that, we visited an architectural museum and the American Indian Museum. In this museum, the only thing that you weren't allowed to touch was this pillar, apparently. So the next day, we decided to stay close to Philadelphia, where we were staying, and visit the city. So we spent the day wandering Philadelphia, looking at all the landmarks that we could find. Swan Fountain, Ben Franklin Institute. We even stopped to smell some flowers. We did, however, happen to run into an interesting celebrity. Despite being in Washington, D.C. the day before, we ended up running into Barack Obama's presidential motorcade right in front of Philadelphia City Hall. Here I got a picture of the car that he could be in, however, there's more than one of them, so it's hard to tell. Oddly enough, one of the most interesting things I saw while I was in Philadelphia was this cat who was staring at me from the window, and I decided to take a picture. After I took the picture, the cat looked rather offended. The next day was dedicated to New York City, so really early in the morning we drove to New Jersey and took the train into the city. Some of the big sights that we saw were the UN building, the Chrysler building, the Grand Central Station. We also spent time in Times Square. One of my favorite parts was wandering on this High Line that they built, which is an old elevated rail line that they converted into a park. We also visited the Freedom Tower both during the day and at night. Here you can see it lit up. So, due to the magic of editing and contacts, I don't have glasses, my shirt has changed, and it's no longer light out, which changed all my lighting. Anyways, I'm finishing this video with a handstand montage. I like doing handstands. I thought it'd be a cool way to say I was here, rather than just a picture of me doing a thumbs up, peace sign, whatever. Anyways, so here are the places that I visited. Here is a covered bridge in Pennsylvania. Here is the Capitol building in Washington, D.C. Here in the background you can see the capital of Philadelphia. Here is an entranceway to a subway also in Philadelphia. Here is the Swan Fountain in Philadelphia. Here is the Chrysler building and Grand Central. Here is the High Line that I mentioned earlier, which was a converted rail line. And here's me in Times Square. So thank you for watching, and if you're watching this on lonelyplanet.com, please vote for me. I really enjoy traveling, and I would love to share my adventures with the world. Thank you.